Nigga don't act like go. What? What's going on? What's going on? Hold on. Hold on. Is it FB? Okay, thank God. Damn it. The pink salmon to go with the pink squirt gun, all right? Don't get it confused. I know. Who gets to rock the dirty Crocs? I'm here looking for FBAs. Invite an FBA up in my panel. If you know one, just show the love. Invite a friendly FBA up in my panel. I'll give you guys a view. Since you guys are up here, I'll give you a view. All right, hold on. That's the view. That's the view right now. I'm just chilling. Oh, who wants to smoke? That is water. Oh, you want to get squirt by the squirt gun, or what's good, man? You know, you want to get squirt by the squirt gun, or what's a little squirt gun? What's a little water gonna get? Do you want it or not? Invite the FBA. Invite the FBA. Let's go. The people in the viewership, hit the lights. Hit the lights for the algorithm. I'm gonna hit them too. All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to a G. Let's get to a G, my peeps. Holistic's back. Holistic's back. Holistic, come up, man. Start the live, my man. Start the live, man. What's up? What's up, Pedro? Vote for Pedro, all right? Y'all better vote for Pedro. If you don't vote for Pedro, I don't got your back, all right? It's as easy as that. If you're not voting for Pedro, right? Pedro, come on up. Come on up, Pedro. Start this off.
Stop saying our generation would have fought back during slavery. Can't be the same generation I invite motherfuckers to the cookout for knowing rap lyrics and dancing on beat. Can't be the same generation I be giving motherfuckers the N-word pass.
What's up, Pedro?
Not much. Thank you. I was trying to come up, but I have low signal, so I have to get out and
Yeah,
turn
something.
my close
Yeah,
to my
something.
what it was
Yeah,
that.
don't worry about it, Pedro. My connection's off too, so
Okay.
it might be me.
How you doing, brother? Thank you for
I'm
inviting me again.
always, brother, always, hermano, digo.
The vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro, ya lo sabes.
Vota por mi hermano. Yeah,
Tell me where to cast my vote, and I'm there, hermano.
I'm there. Well, I tried to figure it out, but I think that for right now, we can vote for the in TikTok for the famous. Like when they're famous, you can vote for them. Not
Yeah.
me. Not me.
Yeah, you can't vote for me. I'm already famous. You can't vote for it.
How you doing, brother?
I'm hanging, man. I just got home. I'm about to cook some food. You wanna moderate this for me? Whoever comes up, Pedro.
Yeah, I can do that for a little
All
bit.
right, thank you,
Yeah.
brother. I appreciate you. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry right now.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, here. I'll just give you. Oh, I didn't give you my. This is an. I just got my account back. Open. Oh man. I have to delete other moderators to have you up. So this is what I have to remind myself. I have to drop moderators as they come. Here, let me try to do this right now before I
Yeah.
go
No,
eat again.
you just
Settings.
drop that one
No,
that
no, no.
don't
You good. You
don't
good.
come.
You good.
But
You're still gonna run this, Pedro. All right, but you can't mute people right now. I want you to mute people. I want you to tell them to shut up.
It's just- but
So,
the thing
but
is,
here we're gonna be nice right now, right, Pedro?
yeah, no, we don't
So
do that. But
I'm half Mexican, half African, right? So I'm waiting for the FBAs to come up. I'll be right back.
you got half of my ancestor with you.
Yeah, Pedro. Do you see it on the chain right there? I'm rocking the Mexican flag.
There you go. Yeah. Well, sometimes they when people they think it's something bad, right? And then tell me, "Oh, you're Mexican." I said, "I wish I can be a Mexican, brother." I see these guys working like 120 degrees, 25 degrees outside on the oil field. And I was like a little girl hiding on the AC. Well, I cannot be up there more than 2 hours. So, and they was like, Pedro, all you have to do is just stick around and you'll, sooner or later, you'll be able to take the heat. But it was 100, like 10 degrees, right? But in the middle of nowhere, a bunch of rocks around. I was like, we was working on a steel and power line, and that thing was, I put my phone and I looked 120, 125 sometime. Shit, it's very, very, very hard to do that. But so you're gonna be cooking, you go ahead and cook. I'll hang out here just in case somebody come up. Vibe is cooking. He'll be back in a little bit. Vibe is cooking.
Oh, yo, Ice, my bad, man. I tried to get you up here. It didn't work. I kicked you off. My bad.
There he is.
No, there's another dude too. Kittens, what's up, Kittens? How you doing?
Hey, how are you, Vibes?
Good. Can you introduce yourself with your race, your ethnicity, and where you're from?
Yeah, I am Kittens. I am from Ethiopia, yeah, Africa, and I live in America.
Well, when the panel sister, do you want to respond to the prompt or whatever we said earlier?
Thank you. I just got here, so what was? Let me see. What's good up here? What was the prompt?
Well, we went to a different prompt, okay? I just want smoke with FBAs.
I know how you feel. I do too.
So we're just patiently waiting for an FBA to show up so I can convert them to East Africa.
All right, they're gonna come.
But pretty much that, blackness, the way they want to police it right now is not helping anybody, you know? They want to complain about how we don't consider ourselves black, but they also want to tell us that we're not black, you know?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's what I was saying. Like, you're okay. It's like okay, if we say we're black, you're gonna say, "Oh no, you're not." But then if we say, "Okay, we're African and we identify by our country," you're gonna say, "Oh, you're saying you're not. You're saying you're not black." It's just so confused. It's like I don't know. Everybody just stick to their origins. If we never call ourselves black in Africa, then just go by your country. That's how I feel. Well, as a matter of fact, go by your tribe. Let's make it better. Just go by your tribe. You know, because you can't make these people happy, but I mean, we're only doing that because we're in the land that they occupied and built. You know, had we been in Europe, Asia, we wouldn't have this problem. Yeah, I just don't know. It's too much. It's really too much. But you know, like in person, I never had this issue. All of this started when TikTok came up.
Goddamn TikTok.
I know, right?
TikTok give them power.
Um,
TikTok just give them power to say something and try
That's
to create
to separate us,
on
divide and conquer, right, Pedro?
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Exactly. And then they make it to the way that they can actually get in touch with anybody through
Uh,
through the app. So
exactly. Like Pedro, when Facebook started Instagram, Snapchat, I never met an FBA on these apps. Only TikTok. This is where I met FBAs. I had Facebook for years, Snapchat for years, Instagram for years. I never met FBA Indian. I just knew them as African Americans. They didn't even call themselves Black Americans. Sad.
yeah, but it's to divide the family. The first thing that you do, right, or the people do when they want you to divide the family, they're gonna tell you that you're different. Okay, you're shorter than your brother, or your brother is lighter than you, or your brother is or your sister is smarter than you, and just going to remark that you're different in the same family. Why? Because the to conquer, right, to possess something that's not there, so you divide the people that own it. So when you divide people, you can actually dealing with them separate. Then if you don't divide a family before you deal with the family, what are they going to do? They're going to sit on the same table. They're going to eat on the same table, and they're going to get address the situation all together. So they'll have more power, or they'll have, they'll be united. So all the time, the evil people or the people they want, sometimes they do it in business. Sometimes when they do it in this own business, where they send people to work on that place before, right? And they said, okay, it's a project to buy it out in another company. So the project, it'll be 3 years. So they send people to work there for 3 years. And when they're already working for 3 years, they're going to divide the company, or they're going to destabilize that company before being bite it out. So it worthless, or it's, cheaper in that way. So those techniques to conquer something is being used in America for 500 years. So what are they doing now? They're trying to use TikTok, but what is going to happen sooner or later, the TikTok is going to realize this negativity is going to cost them money. Why? Because when you have less people to use an app, because it's hostile, it's negativity, they get an attack, or they get a debunk, or they just negativity that's not productive, or it's not for educational purpose, right? Or it's not to make money on the app and create a business. And then they're gonna see that negativity like it's money, and they say, okay, this negativity is not productive, and they're gonna weed it out somehow, right? So I think this is working because the platform, for example, WhatsApp, the platform of WhatsApp was destroyed with negativity, was people doing fraud and doing all bunch of negativities uh, through the app. So now it's almost worthless. So that's when TikTok show up, and actually was more successful than actually YouTube. So that's why uh, these negativity, or these people that try to conquer, is trying to use the app on the wrong way, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, you're
Already
so
we
right.
know.
You're so right, Pedro. I agree with you. At least YouTube, you didn't go up on, you didn't have to talk to any, you just watch stuff, you know? YouTube, you wasn't allowed to go up and argue and fight with people. I think with TikTok, that's what gave people power. So you're right. I agree with you, Pedro.
Yeah, if somebody is addictive of dopamine, right? And they are in a relationship, and the guy or the female is working, and they don't have nobody to arguing and get the dopamine dose. They're gonna go on TikTok and try to fight with somebody, or disrespect somebody, or forever they get their negativity from. But the dopamine is very, very addictive when somebody is feeding off negativity. They just don't know they actually they what they doing. They get in touch with the dopamines for so long that sooner or later it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I agree with you 100%, Pedro. I like how you said that about the dopamine and how we communicate with each other through our app to get that dopamine. Yeah, you're right.
You got somebody up there. Welcome, brother.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
I'm doing good.
How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. I just recently joined, so I just wanted to know like what were you guys discussing so I can add my 2 cents.
Well, pretty much we were sharing with each other what is happening, and how uh, the negativity and the positive side of things they're working. So if you have something to say and speak your mind, we'll
Um,
listen to you.
okay, so I am of Somali descent and I do live in Minnesota. So like I am aware of like all the things that Trump has said about like the people in my community, and then pretty aware of like all the things that are being spread on social media. And one thing I did notice is that there's like a certain push for like minority groups that are like speaking out against the Somali community, which I overall that's not the whole group. It's just a select few that are just getting amplified by the algorithms. And it's like and for me, I don't care for it, because at the end of the day, regardless, if you're not white in this country, like it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because at the end of like to MAGA and all these other people, we're not seen as one of them. We're all minorities at the end of the day, So seeing that, seeing the push of different like minority groups like bashing the Somali community and stuff like that, I just laugh, because at the end of the day, you're just being you're just a tool being used to cause more division. You're not gaining anything from it. Every group has their own like select bad people, and then like to brush a whole community with one stroke over the actions of a select few, it's kind of ignorant and stuff. And I really just see people I don't know, I just see them as tools at the end of the day, and I don't pay too much mind to it, because I know that's not the majority of people that see it. Because in the beginning of this Trump's administration, he first targeted the Hispanic community, and then prior to him being president, he went after the Haitians. At the end of his first term, he went after the Asian community, try to basically blame them for coronavirus and stuff like that. So,
I never looked at it that way. You make so much sense, hon. That makes sense.
yeah, every minority group gets punched down by this administration and like MAGA cult, whatever it is. And I just see that people like who are non-white joining in on bashing of said communities. They're just, I don't know. I just see them as idiots, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, hon, you're right. And you know what? I have yet to go on a like, you just scroll. I have yet to open a white tea skin color panel that is talking about anything concerning Africa. Is our own people that are bashing, you know, um, people of color. People of color bash each other. So all I can say was, hey, it's in rotation. So one day this whole Somalia will pass and Trump will move on to the next country and the next country. But each country is going to remember who was there and who stood by them and who supported them. That's all I can think of for now because we don't know what his plan is. Maybe he's just saying, oh, you guys need to leave. And then tomorrow when he wakes up, he's going to decide, okay, let me attack this next group. You understand? So, yeah. But I do remember the, when it was, the corona, the Asians. Then I remember the travel ban with the, a couple African countries, Muslim countries. So yeah, I remember all that. So you make sense. I forgot about that, but it makes it's like a pattern. So yeah, makes sense.
and my whole thing is this: like, if we're looking at the current state of the economy, like, I could be wrong, but I do feel like we're headed into a recession, and like Trump's economic policies haven't been good so far. So I just feel like he wants to, jumpstart the narrative of saying, hey, the reason why people are struggling is because of immigrants. And he wants to, just nitpick at certain communities and stuff like that to say, hey, look over there. These guys are the ones that are stealing your money. When the whole time it's the corporations that are under that are lining his pockets up, that are continuing the cycle of, milking the American people. But he doesn't want to address that. He just wants to, turn people against each other when overall everybody is getting screwed together.
Yeah, you're right. It does look like he's trying to distract us by, making us focus on each other and like immigrants. Cause even the Hispanic, I'm gonna say Latino, cause I don't know if I should say Hispanic or Latino. I'm still learning. But the Latino community, they were always so targeted. Last year, was it the beginning of this year? When did ICE start coming out?
This year.
Yeah, this year, yeah. So,
No. Since 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 Donald Trump was the presidency, we had kids in cages up until
mhm,
2020, right? And then got reelected just
yeah.
this year.
Yeah, so, the Latino communities also, they also faced, hardship under his administration. But, right now, nobody's talking about them. They're talking about Nigeria, Somalia. So tomorrow it could be what? Congo. We don't know. It could be Kenya. It could be freaking Liberia. So I just feel like, and it could be America, Black Americans. So nobody knows. We don't know who he's gonna attack next, which minority group. Yeah.
You know the we was talking before you got here, him. We was talking about how these separate different people or the same family or the same color and figure out how to separate them, right? Because if they're united, and then you're gonna have to deal with a bunch of people. So with I work in safety. Safety is have to be blind color because everybody's supposed to be safe. So when I see the somebody is, for example, is from Somalia, and it's not from Somalia, but he's trying to represent that culture or that group of people. When you let somebody negative or a criminal mind to represent uh, the culture or the country or the people they want to attack. So, for example, what happened with Mexico not too long ago, and they want to attack the Mexican directly, the Mexican. So, what did they do? What did they did? Right? And when you get that Mexican flag, and they was not from Mexico, we caught more people doing damage, like a 90% more people that was doing damage that was not from Mexico with the Mexican flag. They was burning cars, they was breaking stuff, and they was not from Mexico, and they have the Mexican flag. The one that was real bad was the Venezuela. The Venezuela is a country that we go we go against them, a war with them, and they was having Mexican flag. So when they're actually Mexican and say, "Hey, you motherfucker, you're not from Mexico." Oh, but I support Mexico. Yeah, but you don't get to get our flag and go in and burn the American flag, or go and do something, and then we get in trouble. And then, so they what they was doing is, everybody that have the Mexican flag, they start talking to them, and they have different accent. They have accent from for other country, or they have accent from Venezuela. They was like, okay, well, you do not do anything because we're gonna turn you in. So basically, the way that happened, they stopped doing it, is because they was getting caught by the Mexican, and turn it to the police. They said, "Hey, look, this guy is burning a car with the Mexican flag on it, right? And he's not Mexican." Boom. So that's why they stop. If the Mexican don't take that action to actually protect their flag and protect their reputation, they say you're not going to hurt somebody and say that you're Mexican, because you're not. So with people, they getting paid right now. It's 2025. There's people they getting paid to actually divide and do things, and they're not those people. Like, for example, Somalia or Africa, or a country from Africa, and they said, okay, I'm from Congo, right? And I have the flag of the Congo, and I'm going to burn something up. It's the Congo's people responsibility to get those guys into the police, because what are they doing? They're getting paid just to stir up shit, and so sooner or later they're gonna say, okay, like the Congo now, we have this situation and they're criminals, and then we're gonna get them, all of them, out of the country. Every single one of them made a fraud through immigration to be here, right? And it's not for that. It's because some people, they have leadership, right? They're doing something wrong. Not actually the people that come over here and love this country and work and have raised their kid and have a better life. It's not that problem. The problem is the criminal people. They do criminal act, and they'll compromise the safety. That's how we have to filter these people out sooner or later. So that's why I think they go first with the Mexican, and they're gonna go to Somalia. Then tomorrow it's gonna be somebody else.
Yeah, I just think like especially like for Somalia's case, we have a representative in Minnesota, Ilhan Omar, who is of Somali descent, and she does get a lot of support from the Somali community in Minnesota, and that's why she's like always reelected and stuff. And Trump and the Republican base always had a vendetta against her. They don't like her because she's Somali and she's a Muslim woman who wears a hijab openly, So that's like a double whammy on her part, and that just adds like more fuel to the fire for their hateful rhetoric towards her and her community. And you know me, like personally, like growing up, like going to school and stuff, I've always found it easy to make friends with people who are like non-white, like Hispanic people, Asian people, black, like everybody. You know, it was easy for me to make, you know, friends with them because I don't know. I feel like we all, you know, our struggles were different, but like still the same in somewhat. You know. So like right now, I just feel like there's just a lot of forced hate and a lot of you know, I don't know, yeah, just forced hate that's being portrayed, and it's just all a cover at the end of the day. Like I see right through the bullshit. I don't pay no mind to it. I just think that people are being used to stroke divisions amongst each other. Like, because back in 2008, when the housing crisis happened, both Republicans and Democrats did come together because they did see what happened with the banks bailing out these stock markets and stuff like that. People were really against that. And then what happened was, like, during 2012 and stuff, they started pushing out these identity politics, culture war BS to distract people with all this stuff, so people don't figure out what the real issue is. But yeah, that's about it.
Uh, it's very, very hard to be predictive because you know they're always going to go against each other. So, and there's a lot of money involved. There's a lot of contracts involved. There's a lot of things involved. So I don't know a whole lot, but the experience on safety is when, like in the private sector, if you work in safety, if you have a job to do, you have to create a safe environment, right? So sometimes we have to go and talk to the people and get them involved in the job, and we use psychology to put those people together. Like if we have two managers or two workers, they work good, they're good people, but they just don't get along, right? And we need them together. The management, and the first thing is going to do is going to say, okay, HR or safety have to be involved. And then we involve ourselves and we figure it out how to get them psychology, right? A doctor say, hey, look, we have this situation, we have that, and we pay a doctor to get safety procedures or to do something, right? So we figure it out how to put those two guys together because they have more in common than the different, just for the company. And it's about safety. Why? Because if you have two guys working together in the same country or in the same city or in the same apartment or in the same house, right? And they hate each other for some reason, they don't communicate right. So you know something sooner or later is going to happen. An accident's going to happen, or somebody's going to get mad and going to punch the other one, or so one of them is going to quit. So it have to be somebody with people skills to figure shit out and get involved and put those things together to actually make a positive outcome. If somebody job is to divide, right, and they're working and they're very effective doing this dividing, right? So you have the freedom to actually do the opposite. If negativity divide, you have the freedom to be a positive influence and to put things together. or to communicate between two guys, or between two people, or between two races, or whatever you want to do. But you can involve yourself and to do positive, but you have to have the skills to do it. And most of them are their communication. Like I'm 55 years old now, and I'm taking classes for human behavior. Just only to take human behavior and be on TikTok for hours, just to figure it out, the classes, and be practical. Because sooner or later in my job, I'm gonna have two different people, and two different action, and two different political view, or two different nationalities, or two different color, that we're gonna have to figure it out how to get them together, united, and be able to be successful on their job. So a lot of people they using the TikTok on a negative way, but hundreds of us they doing it for the positive way, and to learn from each other. Because the best way to communicate with somebody that you don't like it, or the person that they don't like you, is to learn how he thought, how he thinks, how he talk, and the language that he wants to use, and we just adapt. We just feel free to do the positive way that you think that it's gonna work, just to represent your people. Because sooner or later you're gonna have a leadership in your house, on your job, on your community. Sooner or later in your journey, your job, your time, you will have this leadership, and you're gonna have to use communication. So I don't know if it makes sense, that brother, to you.
Yeah, I totally agree. Give me 1 second. Let me just sit here. I feel like what's it called? Everybody has a shared vision, of their American dream. Everybody wants to provide for their family, live in a safe place, and should live good lives. But people have different visions on how it should look, and I feel like majority of Americans feel the same way. They all want to live good lives, provide for the family, and stuff like that. It's just there's a select few that has extreme ideas which are filled with hateful rhetoric that get amplified the most. You're welcome.
Yes, you're right, brother. But sometimes it's genetics. Some like for example, you talk the way you talk, and you think the way you think right now, and communicate the way you communicate, because your dad and your mom, right? They do have something good, and then rebuild in you, right? You're the product of your mom and dad love. Put it together, and then you come out, and that's what the reflection there that we have of them, right? And you are half of
Yeah,
your mom, half of your dad. Well, sometimes some people they have parents that never did nothing right, or they um, some some people they inbred themselves. Some people they're hateful, and when they raise the
I
kid,
actually have to head out real quick. Sorry about that.
that's okay. So when they when they come out with the kid, and they mistreated the kid, or they assault their own kid, or molested their own kid, and then the kid is gonna grow up and is gonna have a very very hard time to adapt himself to society. So, how was your food, Vive?
Dude, I just got back. Here, let me start this over. Let me start the algorithm over again, okay, Pedro? I'm gonna invite you up, okay? I'm gonna have a different prompt.
Okay, I got you
Okay.
already.
Thank you for holding it down.